Yeah. Heresy live now, but yeah.
West Bucks Gaming has gone live, apparently.
It has. Funnily, I haven't got a notification about that, funnily enough. But anyway, we are live, I believe.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Indeed, yes. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to this week's stream. Matt, obviously, here. Will, down there somewhere.
Me? Down
and James,
there?
down there. Well, Will's there, in this big Will face. And
Big
James
Will.
is here too.
Big Will.
Big Will.
And James is here as well. Say hello, James.
Hello. Shall we pre-warn them about the issues?
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to do. I am having serious issues with my broadband this week, so it's not being particularly good quality. So hopefully it won't be too bad for everybody, and it will all work okay.
And at some point, I will drop out.
Yeah, well, I think everybody's used to that, James. Really.
To be honest, the day that I don't drop out is going to be a miracle. So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That'll be the magic stream of wonder. So shall we start? What should we start with this week, James? Should we start with Forge World releases, or should we start with progress?
I haven't even looked at the Forge World releases. Hang on.
I can tell you exactly what it is. It's Rogue Dawn.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yes, Mr.
And finally, they've released a 5-man Templar Brethren squad, complete with the despoiler kit upgrade, or rather with the despoiler kit that it becomes the upgrade for. I don't think there's a saving, but they've actually released it as a squad, so you haven't got to worry about buying them separately. They always did that with the Phalanx Warders, but they hadn't done that with.
That's quite cool, actually.
Mm.
And the other thing was the limited run of the Necromunda bounty hunters.
Yes, and there's a pack of 3 of
the hired guns. Who look
that's cool. It. They're doing a limited run on some of the older models.
I think you can get what's her face, Mad.
Yeah, and Cal Jericho, I think as well.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So, I think they're the Games Workshop ones rather than Forge World. I think they're Games Workshop's runs.
So what do you guys think of Dawn?
I really like him. I don't like his face. No,
he looks like he's straining on the golden throne. But
I'm not a big fan.
Pose-wise, it's one of the best static poses they've done. I'm just on the face.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think, to be honest with you, if you could give him a helmet, I would like him a lot more.
I think if you follow where his cloak is blowing, I think he's looking into a really strong wind. Which is why his face is a bit screwed up.
Yeah, that does make sense. Do you think his chainsword should be bigger?
No.
Were you expecting?
I don't.
No, if you think that, as long as his leg.
This is true. He is a Primarch. It actually is it's probably bigger than I'm just looking at the model. I sort of feel like you run the risk of, if you make the sword too big, you're getting into like Final Fantasy VII territory. No, you're right. The thing is, it's scaled the same way that a chainsword is scaled to a marine. So I was thinking it was chainsword size that I'm used to, but it's not, because it's scaled to Rogel Dawn. There's a picture on the website of a marine next to him, and the chainsword is nearly as big as the marine.
Oh no, the chainsword is as long as that dead marine on his base.
Yeah, that is actually that's just me misinterpreting. No,
I like the way it's been done as well. I'm pretty sure that's non-metallic.
Yes, a lot of pictures I've seen on Instagram and stuff have been him done in non-metallic as well, and it does look great.
Yeah.
Have you seen the person that did him in black?
Oh no, I haven't. Oh, what, as like the Avenging Sun or whatever, the Scourging. No, I've not actually. I have to try and find that.
And for once, they've almost got the legs the right thickness. But actually looks like there are actually some real legs inside the armor. But that's the one thing with Space Marine thighs. They look like they don't look right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think in general they've done really well with the Primarchs. Actually, the only one I'm not keen on is Fulgrim. I have to say.
I don't like Fulgrim's face, and I hate Conrad Kerr's model as well. I don't like the pose.
Oh, really? I like it.
I think he's got a really good pose on him, actually.
Yeah.
But I just got hate for Conrad, so I don't.
Fair enough.
It's not.
Fair.
It's not okay.
So
it sort of is. You're not collecting Night Elves, Night Lords anymore. So yeah, no, sorry.
Night Elves.
You're not collecting Night Lords anymore, so it's fine. We can take the piss out of Kurtz if we want.
No, I don't know. I'm not collecting them currently.
Okay.
No, I'm not collecting.
So it was the Temple of Brethren, the Necromunda stuff. Necromunda.
What is that?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in it, but I've just got too much other stuff going on at the minute.
Yep, I hear that.
Especially with what we were talking about beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
Pride. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. And I'm not overly fussed by those hired guns either, to be honest.
No. They're nice, but they're nothing that I would be scrambling out to get.
No, indeed. But anyway, so what's everybody been up to hobby-wise then?
Destroying my hobby room.
Let's start with James this week, I think.
So what have I done? I have finally painted. Oh, hang on! I've got to move over the other side of the room. The start of my guard. I've got the Chimera.
Excellent. Yeah.
I've converted it as well, so that the turret is sitting at the back rather than the front.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you do that?
Let's have a look. That's cool. I like that.
So the turret normally sits at the front here. So all I've done is I've cut the plate at the back here. Cut it down so there's only two of the laser ray left.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. You can see there slightly where the join line is. I tried to get them as crisp as I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically the top plate, and just put a Space Marine hatch on it. So that's how I'm going to do all my chimeras. Not that I'm going to be using many chimeras.
They're quite expensive.
I mean, they're a lot tougher than these things. I mean, I've got two Tauruxes that I built and primed as well, ready to be painted. I've also got a Sentinel that's ready to be painted. So yeah, I've mainly been building and painting that. The Valkyrie, me being a knobhead, I've bloody lost the canopy.
Happens all the time.
I'm trying to find one on eBay that I can buy, but they're going for like £12.
For a plastic canopy.
Just too clear.
It's because they know people lose them.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to find one of those cheap from somewhere. If someone's got one spare, I'm willing to like throw a couple of quid your way or whatever, and sort that out. Because I can't really do much until I've got that canopy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The boombox is all ready to go inside. And stuff. And then, literally, just before we started the stream, I painted this guy. Is that focused?
It's getting there. I think it might just be me that isn't focused, that can't see the focus issue.
Maybe let's. He looks. He looks really good. I like the color scheme on that.
So
I do very much like the color
scheme. There you go. That should be it. So I painted him just before the stream started. Just as something that might be happening later on.
Possibly happening later on. Who knows?
The next few months, maybe. But we'll talk about that another time. And that's pretty much it. That's all I've been doing. Just getting guard done. I haven't even looked at Heresy. My books are still in the car. When I came down to see you guys, I just needed a bit of a break from Heresy. So that's going to be it. So that's all I've done.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. How about you, Mr. Sorry, go for me. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I've got next week off, so I'm probably going to churn out a load of stuff next week as well. So.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
How about you, Mr. William?
Me, well, I finished off some more of the Primaris before the weekend, and they got a good outing over the weekend.
Yeah.
Since Monday, however, just done a few bits and bobs, just carried on with a bit of the Primaris on Monday, but then Tuesday and today is Wednesday. So yesterday I didn't do any painting because my PC came back. So we were having a play around with that. But yeah, so just Primaris, really. A bit more on the Primaris and a little bit more on my vehicles. I decided I'm going to repaint all of the Dark Angels I have at the moment are black like they were during the Heresy. But because I want them to match with the Primaris in 40k, so I'm probably going to bless you. I'm going to repaint them all to the metallic green that the Primaris are.
Awesome. Yep, that'd be cool.
So I mean, I'm still going to use them as my 30k Dark Angel army, but
that's fine.
You know, to be honest, there were so many different chapters. There were so many different chapters and legions, and you know, in the Heresy. I'm sure some had different variations of the color scheme and you know, different ornamentation and whatnot. So
I agree.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, you predominantly play 40k anyway, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going to keep all the vehicles black though, because I like that, and I want them because obviously the Dark Angels have got the wings. So I want to keep the vehicles as in like the fluff of the army, all completely owned or under the like the use of the Raven Wing, the Death Wing, or the Iron Wing in Heresy. So they're going to remain black and red, but all the actual bodies are going to be using the green armor. So yeah. Quite looking forward to that. I mean, also that's also because I'm finding it easier to paint the bodies green, but I find it easier to paint the vehicles black. So from an ease point of view as well. But
I have to say, experience from my word bearers, it's significantly easier to get that metallic scheme going on infantry than it is vehicles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
unless you, the only way you can really get that
airbrush
metallic is airbrush on big flat panels. That's where I struggle. I mean, I find it's annoying when you do when you test a color scheme. If you test it on infantry, normally the color scheme doesn't work out on your vehicles. And then when you do a color scheme on a vehicle before you do it on an infantry model, you're like, how the hell am I going to do that on the infantry? This is what I'm struggling with my guard. So, because what I'm doing with the guard now is rather than using a lot of Tempest Scions, I'm going to use all normal like Cadian troops, but I'm going to put the beret heads from the Scions on all the men.
That'd be cool.
They kind of look like the British Army basically. In Afghanistan, so it's going to be like the Royal Commandos kind of thing.
That would be very cool.
So that's the kind of theme I'm going to go for, like Desert Rats sort of thing, with because a lot of the guys in Desert Rats wore berets. So
that's pretty awesome. I like the sound of that. That's going to look really cool.
Yes, indeed. I am looking forward to that.
But that's going to be take a while for me to get that much guard together. So
that's totally fair.
So but that's. I mean, Matt, what have you been working on?
Yeah, let's.
What have I been working on? Well, we had a 10,000 point game of 40k on the weekend.
It was pretty spectacular.
It was about 11 hours, 10 and a half hours, something like that.
Yeah. We were going for a good 10
quite
hours.
a while.
Yeah.
Quite knackered, but it was very good fun.
It was indeed.
And that will be hopefully coming up in the not too distant future as a battle report on the channel.
Yep.
I have built an MDF terrain fortress thing that I bought a little while ago.
Yep.
And I'm currently.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, more Vorax.
More Vorax. Yeah. This is the last 3 Vorax I need for my Death Guard list. So I'm just working my way through them now. They're actually taking me considerably less time to paint than I expected them to.
I was going to say, you got the first 3 done fairly quickly. I mean, nearly as quickly as my nearly as quickly as my Shield Captain killed them.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, these 3 were.
I'm looking forward to seeing that game.
Yeah. Well, I built these. I built these yesterday, and I undercoated them earlier today before the stream. And all I really need to do is put transfers and a bit of weathering on them.
Yeah.
and they're done. So I'm not entirely sure how I've managed to do that in the course of the last couple of hours, but somehow I have.
Just a very quick aside. I assume the Vorax don't have 40k rules.
No, they don't. I'm hoping they'll get some in Fires of Syraxis.
Yeah, just I was just wondering.
They should bring the robots in to be able to use with Mechanicum, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will.
If they've done it with Custodes,
yeah, exactly.
And stuff, then I think, because this is what's happening at Forge World at the minute. The Forge World Heresy releases have slowed right down because they've got everybody working on books and that for 40k to convert all the models and that to 40k rules. They're churning out a lot of things on like Necromunda. And if you look at the Forge World team, I think there's only about 20 people employed by Forge World.
Yeah, I think they've.
It's probably less than that.
A bit smaller, haven't they? Yeah.
So the actual, because it's weird because you've got the studio team, and then you've got like the painting team, which is the majority of those guys are only like part time.
Yeah.
So they're on like a limited contract so that they can basically drop them whenever they need to. When there's no work, they just drop everyone. Yeah. Which is a really like annoying way of working, and it's really hard to get a permanent job at Warhammer World.
Because your mate
James, he's like they mainly take on loads of temps, and then once the work's done, they see what's still going on and everything else. I mean, I say that James has been there 3 years this year.
Yeah,
as a temp, so that's not really a temporary job, is it?
Especially.
But no, he's worked on all sorts. He's worked on the massive Battle of McCrag board where you've got like Gillimer and everything there now. That's the one thing I noticed. The first time I went up to see that, obviously Gilliman wasn't out yet in 40k. And Primaris weren't out. So what they did is
they've updated it, have they?
They've updated it. So in the corner, they've got Gilliman surrounded by Primaris Marines.
Ah, nice.
So it's really cool. Like there used to be I think a couple of knights there as well. But they've removed them and put Gilliman with the with like the Primaris Marines around him dropping in, which looks really, really cool. So I like that the kind of some of the dioramas are living dioramas. So as they release stuff, they're updating them. Yeah, which is really cool. Also, like when we all went up last, they put out that Blood Angels and Necron display as well. And I think they've also updated the Custode, Space Wolves and Thousand Suns table as well.
Oh, okay.
Because something else came out for the Custodes and they added them in.
Was it the Telem?
One of them.
Because I remember when they first revealed it, it was before Magnus had come out, and I know that they've added him into that now. I think, haven't they?
I really like that they do this. It's really cool that they do it. I'm hopefully going up there in April, and then we'll all be going up in September hopefully as well.
Yeah, that's cool. To be honest, that's pretty much all I've been up to this week, really. Built some.
Just butting in on your hobby progress. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No, that's fine. That's pretty much it, really. These Vorax should be done probably by the end of the stream, I would imagine, with the exception of transfers and then waiting for the bases to dry.
Slacker.
I know, right? I know.
I'll finish this second Sigmar dude, but
all I need for my Ghoul Stars list is 5 more Dreadnoughts, and then we're done.
Just 5 more Dreadnoughts. I mean, that's easy. That would take what, a day?
How many do you need? You need 5?
I need a Leviathan, a Deredeo, and 3 Contemptors.
I've probably got a plastic Contemptor somewhere.
No, I'm going to get 3 of the Death Guard ones.
Okay,
nice.
Because I'm going to use.
I'm literally. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, I'm literally just taking the Iron Hands again to that because I'm not going to get anything else done. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, cool. What have we got? Sam. Hello, Sam. Good evening and welcome. And thank you for the comment on the Vorax. I will post some pictures on Instagram once they're done.
Yay!
I'll put the full gang up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll chuck up the Sigmarine up, and whatever else I've done. So, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but on the Instagram account.
Sorry, say again, mate.
So, I've been using the Westfolk's Instagram account as well as my own.
That's totally.
To be honest, the last few days it's been going mental. So
it has, yeah.
It's been really good, really good actually.
I think you've jumped about 30 followers, and,
which is great, really great. So,
I mean, I wake up in the morning and my screen's just filled with like stuff now.
Somebody liked this. Somebody followed this. Somebody's done this. Somebody commented on this.
That's it. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I see loads of them.
But I like it. I like Instagram. I really do like using it. It does work really well. So.
Yeah, I mean, it took us to get onto it, but it's definitely
a good thing to. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Definitely. Even the community group. I mean, I love the community group. I love doing that kind of thing. I like talking to all you guys. So John, John's just joined. We've literally just spoke about Dawn at the beginning of the stream. So
let's have a look. Oh yes.
Long story short, we're all fans, but we're not all. But we're all not sure on his face.
Yeah. And I personally, to go back to it, I personally think he would actually look fairly good with a helmet. Like I think he's one of the Primarchs that would look. There is some way I think you definitely wouldn't want to put a helmet on him, but I think Dawn would get away with wearing a helmet.
Because all Imperial Fist wear helmets for a reason. Same as it's like the Iron Warriors. Like they think you're an idiot if you don't wear a helmet.
Yeah, I think there are some Primarchs. Like I mean, I kind of wish they gave all Primarchs an option to have a helmeted head, but I don't think it would work for some of them. But like Dawn, I think it would work for.
If only Manus wore a helmet.
Yeah.
There's
a few others, but I think he could get away with.
Yeah, Perturabo would look good with a helmet. Obviously, Iron Warriors.
I would be really disappointed if you can't have a helmeted option for the Lion.
You won't be able to. I very much doubt they'll bring out one.
Yeah.
Helmeted option.
Yeah. Which is really annoying.
Because Vulcan would look really good with a helmet as well, I think.
Yeah. Because the thing is,
Sigismund did not come with a helmet option.
Sigismund.
He does have a helmet, doesn't he?
No, I don't think he does.
I always seem to remember him having a helmet.
I gave him a helmet. Taken from the Templar Brethren.
Right. Okay.
But no, Pollux doesn't have them either.
Alpharius will have a helmet 100%.
Because that's the thing. Like I think obviously in 40k and 30k, shoulder pads are a big thing that's always ornate and kind of a big stand-up. But helmets are another big thing that they could do loads of really cool stuff with, and make all the Primarchs really, really stand out and be unique with like really cool looking helmets.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the whole story of like Mark II armor where you got guys rushing to get their helmets off, but they've got to have a key to put into their neck and turn to take the helmet off. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell? Like all these new flash like Mark IV helmets where they auto seal and stuff.
Yeah.
No, all the Mark II guys have got to sit there with their Allen keys.
Yeah. Go.
I reckon you could probably. Does the plastic Gilliman come with a helmet?
Yes, he does.
Is he considerably bigger than a normal than a 412 Primarch?
He's probably about the same size.
Because you could probably pick one of those up relatively cheap on eBay or somewhere and trim it down and use that as a helmet for Dawn, I would have thought.
Trying to think.
They are literally. He's a bit bigger, but the helmet would be totally fine size-wise.
That would. I've seen some sculpts with him with a helmet, but I wasn't sure if it was actually his or if it was one that he got from a different kit or something.
No, he does come with one
because that would be a good way to do it.
It's not a particularly great helmet.
Yeah, no, I like that they didn't go overboard with the wings on his back as well.
Yeah. He's relatively toned down.
I was expecting them to be like as wide as his like shoulders, but they're not.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I like that they did, because when people make their own ones, they've made them using the Aquila thing from the like the vexilla from the custodes, and it's way too big.
Hey, noob.
It's like literally you just fire bullets at that thing and it'll knock you over. You're like a target on the target range, and like every time they hit it, it just goes ding and knocks you over, and you stand back up.
Yeah, it's not overly practical. So, good evening, Mr. Witherbrush.
Yeah, hello Noob, hello John, and hello Sam. Again, I don't know if did you get any pictures through this week of anyone's stuff?
Well, we got the Emperor's Children stuff.
That's it.
There's a couple of pictures on there which look pretty cool. Have you got that open, Will?
Yes, I do.
Are you able to share your screen?
How do I do that?
On the Hangout, there should be, and then in the left-hand side, there should be the little green arrow screen share thing.
Okie doke.
Yeah, turn the porn off.
There is literally nothing on this computer actually, because I haven't even got it set up. Right, where are we?
Ah, Jay. Hello, Jay. Nice to have a name to go with a nickname / username.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just realised I've changed my name. It's also changed the name on my channel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so my channel is now James WBG. Yeah, that's not. I'm not too fast anyway. People know.
Screen share. Is that the one?
That's the one.
Is, yeah. Oh, I'll share screen too because I.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll set it so it should be just Will's screen now.
Can you see?
There you go. Yeah, so this is Sullivan's Fulgrim.
Yes, it is. With some absolutely awesome freehand design. I assume it's freehand anyway.
Yeah.
On the inside of the cloak. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah. I don't know how many pictures.
Again, the only thing that ruins that model is Fulgrim's face. His head.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Again, he would look really good with a helmet. It's like Eidolon has a really I prefer Eidolon's helmeted option.
Is that because he looks like Skrillex?
Well, I always kind of think that he looks like what's her face from Game of Thrones. You know in the Hunger Games where she's got half her head shaved.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. But I'm always like I think she's really hot, and this is weird. Natalie Dormer, and I'm like, why is Eidolon reminding me of Natalie Dormer? It's really, really awkward.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I think that's all the pictures. We've got his list as well. But
list, isn't it?
Yeah, his Eidolon model's really, really cool as well, actually. I think that's Eidolon's base model.
Anyone that's watching
this one?
Or anything. If anyone's got any pictures that they want us to show in the live stream and that, just send them to us and get your 15 minutes of fame.
You might want to take my screen off, Matt.
Roger.
Or you can just leave that on. I don't mind.
Yeah, maybe I should have done. Yeah, as long as you can keep that face for the entirety of the rest of the stream.
Oh, easy peasy.
So yeah. Well, no, guys. If anyone's got anything they want us to show, like model wise, it doesn't matter if it's Heresy, Age of Sigmar, 40k. We want to see your models.
Exactly.
We want to see
definitely,
you're working on.
Definitely.
Because I know a lot of guys that listen to live streams like I do. They sit and paint while they're listening to like podcasts and live streams or webcasts. That's kind of what I say. This is a webcast. So it's kind of podcast, but it's on YouTube, so it's a webcast. Yeah, no.
Fair enough.
So yeah, no. If you got anything, check the email in the description and send it there, and we'll all have a look. And,
good point.
And yeah,
email in description. Need to remember that.
Yes, indeed.
So, and also any list like Sullivan's posted a list up. If you could send it to the email, then we can print them out and then we can read them back rather than have to keep flicking through screens. I like to read. I'm one of these old school people. I like a bit of paper.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I do.
I love my quartermaster and that for quickly making lists and stuff. But I do like a bit of paper with it all printed out in like a really understandable format.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I believe Will has. Are we good with Primarch chat? I think we're probably.
The Lion's the best. Yeah, I'm good.
Hang on.
Sorry, I've just seen Jay's comment.
He's put, all I've got to say about Dawn is I'm not a fan of the static poses for Primark. But he looks like he's checking the height of people riding a roller coaster. That is it. That is the next conversion we've got to see. We've got to see some.
Yeah, someone do it, please.
We want to see some squats walking up them steps with a little height restriction.
You must be at least height to ride.
Jeez. No, I'm a real big fan of the static poses, because it makes them look like this. It might be the wrong word, like domineering, kind of.
Yeah, more imposing.
Yeah. You must be one chainsaw high to ride this.
It's a big chainsword. Let's just get that out there as well. It's a big old chainsword.
I mean, that chainsword, that's probably the height of a man, or it's the height of the Space Marine. So that's 7 foot, 8 foot tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think that chainsword is the height of your living room ceiling?
So what we're trying to say, Noob, is that you would not be tall enough to go on the ride.
So what's it? The average height of a ceiling is about 2.3 meters or something, something stupid like that. Unless you live in like an old Victorian house, like some of the houses I work in, where the ceilings are like they're like 20 feet high, and it's so annoying to do any work. But yeah, it's makes you realise how big a Space Marine is.
Yeah.
So,
what have you done? You ruined the Vorax.
No, I've dropped some Astro Granite on my trousers.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Not Astro.
So that is the tarmac of the 41st millennium.
I really like the texture paints, actually.
Do you know what? I saw a way someone used them the other day, and they kind of like they've painted the base, they've sanded the base off, they've painted the base, but they've only left a couple of the grains of the sand in the base.
Okay.
So it's like it's almost flat with just a few little tiny grains of sand in it, and it looks awesome.
That does sound quite cool, actually.
Yeah, no, it is really cool. I do like the texture paints. I don't know, the amount that I go through is an expensive way of basing an army.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I've bought tons of them because of.
If you want a real quick way of making your own kind of basing, like mediums like that, go and buy a tester pot from B&Q. Go and buy a bag of children's play sand, and just dump some sand in it.
Yeah. I saw Sam Emperor's Path's video on Polyfiller. And sand.
With the sand, yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
I keep meaning to try it, but it's not like I like working fast, and it's too slow for me because you have to wait for it to dry overnight, and I don't do overnight.
No, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, I mean the biggest issue with me is I put all my models on the base before I start painting them, so I assemble them stuck to the base. I'm not one of those do it in bits.
Can we?
Painters.
Yeah, I mean,
can we ban Noob from the stream? Just
why?
You've seen his latest comment.
Has anyone seen the the Warhammer? I don't get it. One large fence.
Because everyone.
He's just a fence sitter. Can't decide which side of the fence to sit.
Supposedly, although it's completely wrong, he was waiting to see who would win. But obviously, that's just wrong.
So, well, you say that.
Well, I do. However, when I get the model eventually, I might put a fence on his base somewhere.
Yeah, you should do.
You want like a little. Yeah, just on a little post with a little pin. Saying the lion's seat.
What you need to do is you need to have him waving a flag with the Imperial Eagle on it.
Yeah.
But behind his back, you need him to have a flag with the Eye of Horus on it.
I was thinking of doing like a little post with two direction arrows on it. One saying the Emperor, one saying Horus.
Yes, so you can't decide which way to go. Definitely something like that.
That would be pretty cool.
See, this is great. I'm glad everyone can laugh about these things, even if it is like your favorite army or whatever.
I can't laugh about this. I'm so angry right now.
It's like literally all the grief that Will gets for playing traitors on. See, I can't really say because I do like Dark Angels. I had like 3,500 points of Dark Angels 2 or 3 years ago. They were my favorite army for a long time. But yeah, I still like giving everyone grief about it.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
I mean, at some point, I may do it. Like, I don't know. I like the green. It's a green army. That's why I like it.
Yeah, they've got a good color scheme, I think.
And not only that, it's a good army if like you get bored of painting colors really easily, because if you get bored of painting green, you can paint some bone. If you get bored of painting bone, you can paint some black.
Yeah, true.
So, they're a good army in that respect. Same as Blood Angels, you can do the same with them.
The greens do tend to look a bit like Christmas trees, though.
Well, if you don't do them, because my Primaris, I was worried about doing that one, especially when you do the red guns, which is why initially I'd done black guns on them.
Yeah.
But
sorry, I'm just reading Jay's posts again.
Yeah.
Mind you, he does like wearing fur, so yeah. Hello,
right.
Mr. Kablams. Craig has joined us.
Oh, hello.
And Craig, big fan. He started some Iron Hands.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I don't know if you've seen Craig and his like he's got a plotter, one of those things that cuts hips, I think it's called. He's made some breacher shields to go with his Mark III dudes, and he's cut the Iron Hand emblem into them, and they look amazing.
Oh no, yes, I have seen that. Yeah,
Craig, really well done. And he felt his Contemptor was left out, so that he made a shield for his Contemptor as well.
That's fair enough.
So Craig, great work. Good choice on Legion as well. Looking forward to seeing more. So one thing we could do is, because he's mainly building breaches, we could get Craig to do some Zone Mortalis at some point.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good to me.
Yep.
So Craig, Zone Mortalis is a good way of getting into Heresy. Trust me. So,
is this your first Heresy army?
Yeah. It's the first Heresy army that he's done. So
cool.
as I said, we're doing a whole episode on Zone Mortalis next week. So if you want to hear about Zone Mortalis, then join us next week, because we will do an entire episode on Zone Mortalis, going into list building, into the rules, into everything. I mean, I've got them all printed out. I've got a nice little booklet made up. So
excellent.
Yep. Yeah. So what we'll do for that is we'll come up with a couple of sample lists, probably based on the legions that we've got, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping to have the table laid out so you can actually see what a Zone Mortalis table will look like roughly as well. So I'm going to clear all this off and get the table laid out as well, so we can see you'll find when you play Zone Mortalis as well, which would be cool.
Yeah, that's nice. That will be good.
That sounds brilliant. That sounds brilliant.
So
well up for that.
It means I've got to pull my finger out and get it painted.
Yep.
Yes, we get sidetracked.
That's it,
yeah.
Because I need to get it painted, and then I can bring it down, and we can play some Zone Mortalis games.
Yes, definitely. Because we could bash out 3 or 4 of them in a day.
See, that's what we could do.
Yeah.
Versus the viewers in Zone Mortalis.
I would love to do that.
That would
absolutely
be very cool.
Love to.
Because it's a nice, quick game. You can get 2 or 3 games in. Also, if people haven't played Heresy before and they're a bit,
it's an easy way to get into.
So I mean, if you really want to bring a really easy army, you can bring a Primarch and 2 squads of veterans. That is a 1,500 point army.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
But you will die.
Yeah.
That won't win you many games.
Yeah, I mean, I played against Angron in that game, and I just shot him in the face with missiles, and Angron died. Bear in mind, he died to Overwatch.
Oh, because it's full BS Overwatch.
Everyone dies in Overwatch in Zone Mortalis.
So we won't talk any more about that, because we're doing a whole episode.
Yep, indeed.
On Zone Mortalis.
Yes.
So, and I'm off next week, so I can do prep work beforehand, so it's going to be good.
Yay!
Yeah. So but Craig, if you want to play some Zone Mortalis, I mean, I'm sure we can arrange something at some point. Even at Warhammer, they've got.
What are we laughing at now? Oh,
Oh my god! Right, we cannot repeat that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, we like it.
That's brilliant.
So,
Okay, right. I think we're done getting sidetracked for these 5 minutes.
Are we?
Yes.
Well, we're 40 minutes in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I believe Will has.
Should we start the stream now?
I think we probably should. Yeah. I believe Will has a list which was submitted to us by Sullivan.
Do I?
Yep.
I believe it was.
Okay.
I think. Well, I think you've got it up on your Facebook, haven't you?
I've got it on Facebook.
Sullivan's a local player to me, so yeah.
Cool. So, what do you want me to? Do you want me to just go through what they've got HQ wise, and then move down onto elites and troops and blah blah blah?
Yeah.
Well, first things first. Is he running a Rite of War?
I do not.
I know the answer to this because I have read his list. The answer is yes. He's running the Maruscara.
I'm probably not the best person to be looking at this because I don't know the rules as well as you two.
Well, that's why I can't look at it because I haven't got enough bandwidth to do.
No, that's fine.
And I haven't got enough internet to be able to do that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yes. So first things first, he's running the Maruscara, which is the outflanky Rite of War, where I can't remember where you can pick when your outflanking units turn up, which is pretty cool. I can't remember what the Have you got your red book on you, James?
No, they're in my car. But you can pick either turn 1. They've arrived turn 1 or turn 2.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's turn 1 or turn 2. Most people get them to arrive turn 2.
Yeah. I'm fairly sure the restrictions are things like no immobile units, no slow and purposeful, stuff like that.
So, he's running that Rite of War, the Maruscara. He has got a Legion champion with Artificer armor, boarding shield, multi-bombs, and a Sonic Shrieker.
Okay.
All good.
Is he on foot or on jump pack?
He's on foot.
Okay. There's a champion, yeah?
Yes, champion. He's also got a power sword by the looks of it.
Power sword.
So Sonic Shrieker is -1 weapon skill penalty on enemy models in base contact.
Yep.
Everything else
cool
is fairly
upgrade.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, to be honest, he's already weapon skill 6, so
we'll put Marines down to 3.
That's a
which
very.
Mean he'd be hitting on 3s.
He would be anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Because you can't hit on 2s, and they would be on
5s.
They would be hitting on 5.
It would be double. Yeah, because it would be double.
So that would be quite useful. And I suppose
plus it's very Emperor's Children-y.
It is, and I suppose other Legion HQs are going to be weapon skill 6. So so it'll put them down to hitting on 4s and him to hitting on 3s. So it does have its benefits. Obviously, the boarding shield is 6 up invulnerable and 5 up in close combat.
Yep, and defensive grenades. Most importantly.
Yep. Obviously, the bad thing about that is he doesn't get the bonus attack for having the bolt pistol and the power sword.
That is true.
But I suppose that's not too bad a sacrifice when you're putting a -1 weapon skill. And actually, do they come with an invulnerable save base?
No.
Okay, so
don't.
I was going to say, because that would make the boarding shield a little bit redundant.
A champion does not come with a boarding shield, a invul save.
Okay, so the boarding shield does make sense. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, although you can give him a refractor field. So there's obviously a plan with the boarding shield.
Well, I suppose
the boarding shield is great.
Defensive grenades are always a good bonus to have, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Because whenever you've played armies that have had it, I've always forgotten and charged something, and then you've said defensive grenades, you don't get the whatever it is bonus attack or whatever.
Yeah, you don't get any charge bonuses.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice little kind of deterrent to people charging,
indeed.
And it's very easy to forget that you're not going to be getting the extra attacks or the extra strength or whatever. until you've made the charge and the person reminds you that they have defensive grenades. So
that's 45 attacks.
Actually, it's
I
not.
think you'll find it's not.
Yeah. So that's I think boarding shields are actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you've
to be
only
honest,
got to have it on one model as well, which makes it amazing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if he's in a unit, he's unlikely to get shot out of that unit.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really matter that it's only a 6 up against shooting.
Yeah, and
it's the same invulnerable save as you'd get with a refractor field anyway in combat. So yeah, it makes perfect sense to have one.
Yeah, indeed.
I've just got the list up as well. So
he's also got Eidolon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Eidolon is a great choice. Yep.
What's he got? Architect pistol, Death Scream, jump pack on Eidolon, which is good.
Yeah, he has his hammer, he has his sword, he has which strikes at initiative.
On the turn he charges.
Yeah.
On the turn he charges, which is really good. I come up against Eidolon and he kicked me in the balls basically. So yeah.
It is good. Really good. 5 attacks on the charge at strength 8 at initiative is pretty potent. What else? He's got the Death Scream, which is a template, a rending template. Only strength 2, but rending kind of nullifies that a little bit. Get a couple of wounds from that, which is fairly nice. He seems pretty nice actually.
Yep, I think so. I like him, and he obviously opens up Master of the Legion to give him the Mariscara, which is a great way to do it instead of just trying to make something similar with a Praetor.
Yep, and obviously the Architect pistol was just a nice little bit of extra AP3.
Yes, indeed.
Which is never a bad thing to have in Heresy.
No, quite.
So next up, we've got the Master of Signal. I mean, everyone takes a Master of Signal for one reason only.
Yeah.
So it's either for the bombardment or for the signal.
+1 ballistic skill.
Yeah. So that's pretty standard. Then we've.
Interesting to see it in an Emperor's Children list, though. I thought.
Yeah, I don't really. He hasn't got anything special either.
Then I say, what is it? It's a single designated unit gains a bonus of +1 to their ballistic skill. I mean, is there anything in his list that is going to really need +1?
So, I mean, I'm just having a quick look through the list now.
I mean, normally when a Master of Signal is bought, you expect it to go with some kind of heavy weapon squad.
Or a Seeker squad or something.
Yeah, something to kind of buff them. Because if you're giving, +1 ballistic skill is a nice buff, but it's kind of wasted on, tactical squad or.
Yeah.
Is it? It's only a 9-man tactical squad as well. If I was you, Sullivan, I would drop that Master of Signal. I really would. I've just had a quick look through the list now. So we've got.
There's nothing that really that it syncs with, as far as I can tell.
No, nothing. Unless he wants to put them in the reconnaissance squad, but then the Master of Signal couldn't infiltrate with them.
No,
because he doesn't infiltrate himself, so he wouldn't be able to move in with them. So he's a bit of a wasted.
Is that recon squad in Scout?
Camelioline and recon armor.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Recon armor. So you couldn't put them anyway.
No, and even if you do put it with them, then you're giving +1 ballistic skill to people with a load of shotguns, which isn't exactly, the scariest weapon, dare I say.
Can't see tactical squads. No, there's nothing that the Master Signal can go with. So that's 100 points you could save there, right? Like, you could drop him, run. I mean, he's got 2 apothecaries.
So if we, I think
it's only 1 apothecary. Sorry.
Yeah. I think dropping the Master of Signal is probably a good way to shave off a few points.
Unless he only had 100 points left over and he's chucked him in for no reason, but
I'm sure there's more. There's something more you could do with 100 points. I'm sure. It's not something like he needs 3 HQs or anything, is it?
Not as far as I'm aware. Just very quickly, I'm going to interrupt. Jay, I will put a link in the description for either our email address, or you can chuck it on the West Berks Gaming community site on Facebook, or we've got Instagram if you want to message us through there as well.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah.
So into elites, he's got the apothecary detachment, just one apothecary.
Yep.
Looks fairly standard. Bolt pistol, chain power armor, no jump pack.
Jump pack, I think.
No. Which is strange because you'd think that. I mean, when I saw him, I thought he was going to. Oh no, he's got two.
Yeah, he's got two apothecaries. One with a jump pack. Yeah.
I almost think the one without the jump pack is kind of wasted as well.
So I think he's got. Does it have a rhino? No. So he's got a normal apothecary to go with the tactical squad, and the jump pack apothecary to go with the assault squad.
I mean, yeah, but 40. I mean, it's only 45 points for the basic apothecary. But do you really? I mean, spending 45 points to give Feel No Pain to a tactical squad.
And equally, if we're dropping the Master of Signal as well, that's 145 points.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily get yourself 150 points just by dropping two things.
No, I would. I mean, looking through the list now. So just quickly, so we've got the. Sorry. So we've got the Legion. Has the Legion champion got a jump pack or anything like that? No.
I thought he did when I first looked at it.
Says he's on foot. No.
Yeah. So what I would do with this list automatically now, just having a quick look. I mean, we'll quickly go through what's there, and then we'll go through what we'd change.
Yep. Okay. We've got two apothecaries.
We'll do that.
And then the Contemptor Dreadnought. With Kerry's assault launcher. That's his elites. Into troops, he's got a 19-man. Or is it a 20-man?
It's 20-man.
20-man, including the sergeant assault squad. Which is a pretty nice beefy unit.
Mm-hmm. He's got a couple of power swords in there, a plasma pistol on the sergeant.
Yep.
And that's that.
The reconnaissance squad. Which is just 5-man strong by the looks of it.
Yeah, with shotguns and recon armor and nuncio bots.
Yep. Then his tactical squad, just bolters, obviously.
And then we move on to fast attack, where you've got javelin attack speeders. I like javelins.
So one javelin. By the looks of it. Yep. And then two squads. So the javelin's got the hunter killer missiles, multi-melter, and cyclone missile launcher, which seems pretty good to me. 76 points for a decent amount of firepower by the looks of it. Then two. Is that two?
I think it's two squads of jet bikes.
Yeah, I'm just seeing 6. So it looks like they're 6 strong or 7 strong, including the sergeant. I don't know if the sergeant counts as the 6. I think that's 2 6-man strong jet bike squads with 2 multi-motors. Which isn't a bad multi-motors.
No, it's not 6. That's only 2. See, this is why I hate Battle Squad, because I don't like the way it lays it out.
It says 6 Space Marine Sky Hunters, and then also the sergeant is separate, but I don't know if the sergeant is just an. I think the sergeant is just an upgrade.
It's probably a 7-man squad then.
Is it?
Oh no, sorry, it's probably a 6-man squad.
6-man squad, so it's an upgrade. Yeah, I think it's a 6. So 2 6-man jet bike squads with 2 multi-motors and melter bombs. Which I don't know. It gives you some board control. Jet bike. Oh no, he's got a. It looks like he's got a 3rd jet bike squad, but that gives him 4 fast attack. So that might be wrong as well. Because if you go onto the last page, there is another 135.3-man jet bike squad.
Is it a? Have they all got? They could all have multi-motors. It might be the heavy support choice one.
Jet bike, Sky Hunter Squadron, 3 Sky Hunters, jet bike with no multi-motors. And then 2. No, they're all in fast attack. I don't know if you've got one too many fast attack choices as well, because it looks like you've got the Javelin and then 3 individual jet bike squads.
There's 1 6-man.
It's the Maru Skara Rite of War noob. Unless that lets you take an extra one, but... Yeah,
it may well do. Let me grab my book while I'm waiting for those bases to dry.
I was going to say, anyone that is sending a listing, if you could send like not screenshots, but copy and paste it into an email, that'd probably be the best way to do it, because then we can see it all in one line. Because I mean, screenshots is a bit difficult to read sometimes. So basically, the first thing I would do with this list is I would drop the Tactical Marines. I would drop the Master of Signal. I would then add in another assault squad. Mainly because the Tactical Marines and the Master of Signal do not fit with this list at all.
I agree. Everything else is fairly fast moving, fairly in your face. You know, you've got the jet bikes, the assault squad.
I mean, the whole. Sorry, go on, Will. Sorry.
I was just going to say the tactical and then the Master of Signal are just going to be at the back, just either plodding forward or just sat on an objective. Which you don't need the Master of Signal for that. If if nothing else. And you certainly, I certainly wouldn't waste a tactical squad, a Master of Signal, and presumably the Apothecary on a backfield objective holder.
No, I would give the Apothecary a jump pack. So then you've got two. I'd drop the first Assault Marine squad down to 15 men, mainly because then you can have two 15-men Assault Squad units with an Apothecary each, which will be quite survivable. The Legion Champion, I think on some of the things you have to take a champion. I will drop his boarding shield in that and give him a jump pack and get him to join one of the assault squads. But then you're stuck with, where does Eidolon go?
Well, he's got a jump pack, so he could go.
That's true.
He could go with one of the assault squads.
So then you've got a really, really fast-moving army that can deep strike in. It can, the glaring thing there is the tactical squad. I don't know how that fits in with the army.
There's no mention of additional fast attack choices.
So you may have
Mariscara.
You may have yourself another 135 points as well.
So what I would do with that is drop them into the heavy support squad of the jet bikes and give them all multi-melters.
I'll switch it up from a normal Sky Hunter.
I don't know if you meant to do that at all, but certainly the ones that you've picked in your list so far are 3 fast attack ones. Would it be worth changing up or possibly dropping the number of jet bikes and getting some more javelins? I don't know how good javelins are, but
I think we'll have to refer to Javelin Master Jody.
Indeed. is getting, because for the price of two javelins, that's what 150-ish. That's almost the jet bike squadron that you're dropping.
Jody's already put the 145 points saved should be spent on jabs. So javelins, I really wouldn't want to get some, but they don't actually fit with any of my armies, so I'm stuck in that way. But that list, the first thing you do, drop the tactical squad, drop the Master of Signal, put it in a 15-man assault squad, drop either the 3 extra jet bikes that you've got there, I don't know why they're there, and move them into heavy support, or drop them all together. And one thing that would fit really nice with this list is a Fire Raptor. Because then that will give you some like anti-air and everything else as well, and things like that. So
they are quite pricey points wise though, so I don't know where you'd find those points.
I mean, he's got the list is only at 1,000.
Fire Raptor heavy support.
It is indeed.
Yeah. So if you would you be able to afford if you drop the 3-man jet bike, the tactical squad, the Master of Signal, and the Apothecary? I mean, I don't know if that's worth.
Yes, but how then would you afford the second assault squad?
That's true.
So I assume that this list is a 2,000 point list.
It is. It's 1911.
So he's already got nearly 100 points.
Yeah, I was going to say you're 90 points under already. So you've got plenty, you've got plenty to play with.
So I'm going to write this down, and I will actually write it in the.
I was going to get a calculator out
and. So I would drop the tactical squad.
Yeah,
definitely. Drop the assault squad down to 15 men.
Yep. One thing I would do personally with the assault squad is switch out the swords. Well, take melter bombs and change the swords for axes.
Yes, because then you can hurt some Terminators, which is good.
Then you've got some AP too.
Yeah.
What's the assault squad sergeant got, by the way? I can't remember.
Power sword and plasma pistol? Or is it just... Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the power sword. Yeah, he's just got plasma pistol.
Combat shield power fist, probably. That's what I'd recommend, I think.
Then he can take some challenges.
Yeah, maybe Thunderhammer.
If you drop the jet bikes, the tactical squad, one of the apothecaries, the one without a jump pack, and the master of signal, adding in the 90 points you haven't spent, you've got 490 points. You've essentially got 500 points, quarter of your army left to fill up.
Yeah, so you could
So then, by then dropping some of the assault squads, you probably could get another one in. In fact, you easily could get another assault squad.
Yeah, I would definitely put the second assault squad in, not as 20-man though, because
a
20-man assault squad. Yeah, a 20-man assault squad is really hard to move around the table because they do move quite far. They fill a lot of area.
Yeah.
You're opening yourself up for templates and things like that. So
can you give the Legion champion a jetpack?
You should be able to. I'd be surprised if you couldn't.
I'm just thinking, keep the first apothecary possibly and give him a jump pack, and then have Eidolon and one of the apothecaries with the 15 man, and the champion and the other apothecary with the other 15 man, and then you've got two pretty pokey units that are fast moving and can potentially do a lot of damage jumping up the board.
I mean, the only other thing you could do, only because I love them, is you could put a podding Leviathan in this list.
You could.
Because then you've got your distraction unit. So the Leviathan would drop in.
Well, that's a very good point, because I was going to say, if you do what like James has suggested so far and have the two assault squads, you've got the 2 units of jet bikes and the javelin. Then the thing that's kind of sticking out for me is the walking contemptor.
The contemptor. Yeah, I forgot about that. Put it in a pod.
Sorry. I just want to very quickly interrupt and have a quick look at the chat and say hello to Senior Underdog. Very nice to have you here with us, and Craig. Oh, and Mark. Hello, Mark. And Craig, that Forge Lord looks awesome.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll have a look in a bit.
Yeah, I've just had a look at it. He looks brilliant. Very, very much a fan.
Noob, I just want to say, I don't think it makes Ripley a Disney princess, but it does technically make every single xenomorph a Disney princess.
So the Contemptor, would you drop the Contemptor as well, or?
I'd take 2 Contemptor Cortices in drop pods.
Actually, that's not a bad shout, because that's the price of a Leviathan.
Yeah, and I think with the other points that you're dropping in the tactical squad and everything, even putting in the second assault squad, I reckon you could get in the 2 assault squads, keep the javelin and the 2 units of jet bikes, and probably still get in 2 drop podding Cortices.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, because what's it for the cost of 2 Cortices and the drop pods? That's basically the cost of a Leviathan, pretty much.
Yeah,
almost. Probably, yeah. Because you don't need. Because the other thing, you don't need to put them in Dreadnought drop pods either. You can just chuck them in. Can you put them in normal drop pods, or do they have to be in?
No, it's got to be a Dreadnought drop pod.
Or a Dreadclaw.
Drop pod. Dreadclaws are more expensive than a Dreadnought drop pod, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, if you want some cheap Dreadnought drop pods, talk to Jody. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll actually message Sullivan and with all the changes that he should make, and see what he thinks. And he's not far from me anyway. He's only about 10-minute drive from myself. So
no worries, Craig. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thanks for stopping by.
Sorry, I'm totally off the chat.
Yeah, Craig's got to disappear.
No worries. You've got the theme of the theme of Emperor's Children is they're fast and they're hard hitting in combat. So you want to get them in combat. The only other thing you could do with the champion is put them on a bike, And then
I was going to say jet bike. Yeah,
yeah,
put him on a jet bike.
That's not a bad shout.
Because if you put him on a jet bike, he can join one of the only other another idea, command squad with the lead and champion all on jet bikes. That would be a good shout as well.
Because that's more combat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do with my Blood Angels, and then you can give them all Phoenix spears as well, and that charging in is going to be so brutal, but it's going to be it's going to be like the linchpin of your army.
Yes.
Because you need the one thing that's glaring out at me with this list is there's nothing that's hard hitting.
No, indeed.
Yeah.
Emperor's Children are all about getting in combat. That's what their Legion rules are about, because they get initiative bonuses. I mean, you can get some Emperor's Children guys up to initiative 7, I think, on the charge, even 8 at some point. And the Phoenix Spear is so good because it's AP2 on the charge. And it's +1 strength, I think, on the charge, or is it +2?
It's something like that. I think it's +1 strength AP2 on the charge, and then it drops down.
So I would probably drop that 3-man bike squad, and again, drop the tactical squad, give the apothecary a jump pack, add another assault squad. Get rid of the 3-man bike squad, turn that into a command squad, give the champion a jet bike, and put 2 corpses in drop pods, and I think that would be quite a nasty little list. Not a nasty little list, but quite a fluffy list. But it's packing some punch as well.
Indeed.
I agree.
I mean, that'd be a nice list. I mean, I know it's only 2,000 points. Then to add to 1,000, if you're going up to 3,000 points with this list, then I'd look at adding some flyers. I'd look at adding more. You need some heavy support things. So take some Storm Eagles or something. With I know you can't use all his fast attacks used, isn't it? Yeah.
Double strike wing made up of Xiphons or Lightnings.
That's good. Yeah, that's probably it. I'd probably As I just said, I'll send you some lists, Sullivan, on changes to make. I mean, we can all agree with what we're but before we send it. And I think that because that tactical squad is just doing nothing. In Emperor's Children, you shouldn't really be using tactical squads as such, I don't think, unless you're going for that kind of theme.
Tactical squads with additional close combat weapons instead of bolters could be useful. Charging out of it's a 20-man tactical squad with close combat weapons instead of bolters, charging out of a Spartan. With a Legion champion
or a Mastodon or something.
But that's that's fairly pricey though.
Oh yeah. I was absolutely. I think it's one of those ones. It's a good starting point, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it looks like he's trying to go with a theme.
Yeah,
but he's not quite there. So I would definitely go with the fast, hard-hitting theme with that list.
I agree. 100%. I agree completely.
Steve, and as I've come up against so many assault squads, they just kick you in the balls and run away. So because the thing is, like, even against super heavies, that list with assault squads with melter bombs.
Yeah.
You haven't got to worry about Spartans or Typhons or anything like that, because you just charge in 15 melter bombs and that Spartan or Typhon or whatever's gone. Even Titans, like, they're gone.
Definitely.
Just not gonna do anything. Like, a Warhound's going to kick you once. It gets 1 attack.
Yeah.
So I mean, a knight. Even a knight's only going to kill so many, and you'll probably kill it before it kills you.
Yeah, this is true. So, definitely give that whole assault squad melter bombs. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Take 2 assault squads with melter bombs, even.
Take 2. Take 3.
No.
Take all of them.
Take 3.
Take all the assault squads. Yeah.
I mean, personally, the way that I'm saying to do this list is how I wanted to build my Blood Angels originally.
Yeah.
Which was going to be javelins, speeders, drop pods, everything. So it's kind of, but waiting for the rules for the Blood Angels to come out, and then we'll be able to discuss that later on. But definitely, assault squads in that list would be amazing.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
So, yeah. So, who we got in the chat still?
Mark's still here. I think Craig is still here.
Yep.
Noob's presumably still here. I don't think we'll lose him.
Damn it. So, it's good to see that like other people are getting into heresy now, like bands and everything else. I mean, there's more and more people moving over to heresy, and I think it's purely for the community aspect because a lot of the 40k groups and that are getting so much like pettiness at the minute.
Yep.
Like it's getting really bad. I've actually left a load of groups because I'm getting fed up with all the like crap talking that's going on at the minute, and it's not good. The community side of things on Facebook and that is just dwindling at the minute. It's getting ridiculous.
Well, we're still doing all right.
Oh no! I mean, I don't mean that. I mean the actual like specific army groups and things.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, I get that.
Yeah. So
Oh, Big Mac Dansco's here too.
Yay, Big Mac. I've got so many videos I need to catch up on. I've not watched anyone's videos for ages. So
I'll tell you what, actually, James. Are we good with the list? Are we going to just send him some possible ideas for different stuff?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, okay. I think what we'll do is I'll make the list on Quartermaster. I'll send it to you guys, and then we can all make alterations on it to see what we think and stuff.
Yeah.
Or we can all send him a list each, and he can swap and change and stuff. But I think we've kind of got that sorted out.
Yeah, I mean, I think to be honest, we're all on the same page anyway, really, with what.
Yeah, I think so.
So if anyone else wants to send a list in, send it by. I prefer it by email personally because it's a lot easier to read.
I prefer it by Astropath.
No, I would like it by homing pigeon.
Homing pigeon, homing pigeon only, please.
Send your list by homing pigeon. Or
right? That could work because a neighbour a couple of doors up actually keeps pigeons. So
there you go. You know where to send your homing pigeons.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
But, if you could. Sorry.
No. Please go ahead. I'm just working on some stuff in the background. You go on ahead.
So yeah, again, send it by email, on Facebook or whatever else. Just write it, copy and paste it. I'm on Battlescribe and that, even on your phone. Press and hold, and then select all, copy and paste, and then post it as one big post.
Yep.
Rather than loads of little screenshots, because one thing I just found from trying to read that list then is trying to read loads of different pages is quite difficult.
It can be tricky.
So if you could send it as one big post, that'd be fantastic. It'd make it a lot easier for us to go through it, and we'll be able to see the list as a whole then, rather than in drips and drabs, which will make it a lot easier for us. But yeah, if you've got pictures you want to send us, not any like I don't want no dick pics or anything like that. I just now I've said that, that's what we're gonna get. But yeah, just send us some pictures of your models and stuff. And, I want to see. We all want to see what you guys are working on. We really do.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, so that is what I'm currently sorting out on my other screen at the moment.
Because you must get bored of me just posting up all my models all the time, and
it's I mean, I didn't want to say anything.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
Yeah, I know I know it gets boring with what's James working on today?
A new army.
Yeah.
So, well, technically today it was because I was painting this guy. So, yeah, for those that weren't here earlier. So, this will be coming soon at some point. So,
That's annoying.
I can't even remember the name of the cars now. Vindicators.
I think they're Vindicars or something like that.
Yeah. Right. So, on the subject of models, what we'll do is we'll quickly go through the comments. I see Noob singing a song.
We've got. Have any of you guys used the Relictor Gold Citadel Air Paint? And I have. I use it for my Custodes, and I think it's really, really good. So
the air paint. Well, I'd just use the rattle can.
Yeah, but it's a good gold. It's a good gold. it is a good gold.
I mean, the only other thing I would say gold wise is like this scale 75 set.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome, but it is expensive. I've only bought the one set, and I don't think I'll be buying any more because I can't afford it. So, yeah, I mean, that was 25 quid for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paint, 8 paints.
Yeah.
So,
as you say, if it's worth it, it's worth it.
I mean, the only thing I've used a couple of the Citadel Air paints now. The only thing I've found is they're hit and miss with the right consistency for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them I found they're not been thinned enough. Others I found like they've been fantastic straight out the pot. So they've got. It seems like they've got a little bit of a consistency issue with the mix. But apart from that, they've been brilliant through my airbrush. So yeah.
I actually quite like them with a brush as well.
I was
obviously takes a number of different coats, but I do like them through using a brush.
They're perfectly thinned for using.
Yeah, funnily enough, I'm actually just using one right now.
The only thing I will say is that you're buying an air paint which has half the amount of paint in that you would buy a normal pot with.
Yeah.
So you're paying the same price for half the paint.
Yes.
So what I would do, what I normally do with all my Citadel paints is I buy a brand new pot of the normal paint, and then I fill it about 2 mil from the top with airbrush thinner. And basically that almost makes it perfect for my airbrush. So most of my pots are thinned already, so I can use them straight out the pot. I haven't got a faff about with. I know a lot of people like to use wet palettes. I've even bloody got one down here that I started making.
Yeah.
I bought the box, I bought the sponge, I bought the paper, but I haven't used it because I can't be bothered.
No, they're great. I swear by mine.
So yeah, I use all types of paint. I've used so many different brands, and I've even used cheap Powerman paints like and stuff. So
yeah.
I've used
right,
sorts.
Fab. So I think what we'll do is we'll just have a quick chat. This isn't so. The first bit of it's going to be 30k. The second bit's going to be 40k. But I'm going to share my screen.
Hell yeah!
To be my screen. So this is Craig's Forge Lord conversion that he was talking about a little while ago.
Yeah.
That I saw and thought was awesome.
That's very cool.
So he's used Mark III Marine base by the look of it, and then he's got bits of AdMech breaches, I think they're made of, in there. Hopefully this will load up. And that's obviously one of his custom shields, which is just awesome.
Yeah,
so
I need to talk to you, Craig, about some shields.
So this fella is going to look wicked when he's done, I reckon.
I can say the arm on the back is made from the servitor hand.
Yes. Yeah, it's destroyers, yeah.
Breacher?
Breacher or destroyer, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like it.
Which is awesome. And then Mark has sent me this one. It is 40k, obviously.
Oh, Howling Griffins.
Howling Griffins are phenomenal. They've appeared on the channel. We've had Mark join us for a game.
Yep.
Which was very much fun. And as we can see, he is adding in some Primaris to his Howling Griffins. And Will.
And the Repressor. Is it Repressor?
And there's a
Repulsor.
There's a Repulsor, there's a Librarian, a Gravis Captain, some Intercessors I see in the background.
Yep.
Will.
Yes.
Primaris Marines, or what's a good thing? No, sorry. Let me start that again. I'll get a sentence out in English in a second.
Okay.
Give me the benefits of taking Primaris over normal Marines and vice versa.
Primaris are better troops all round. Intercessors are, apart from the fact that you can take a las cannon and a special weapon on the tactical squad. If you want them purely for holding objectives, I would take Intercessors all day, every day.
Yep.
I really would. Because even they've got the longer range, so you can sit back on home objectives a little bit more easily. Yes, you don't have like a las cannon or a plasma gun, but you can give them the grenade launcher, which gives them a not heavy sort of weapon, but a medium sort of strength attack at 30 inches. It's essentially a 30-inch crack grenade. And the fact that they have 2 wounds just gives you so much survivability. Like my intercessors always survive throughout the game. I think whenever I've used them, they're just so good. I really like the intercessors. Ooh.
What's the difference points wise? Do you happen to know off the top of your head?
I think since chapter approved, they actually went down a little bit. So there's something like 20 points, I want to say, compared to Space Marines 13, 14. So they're not even twice the price, and I would say they're obviously the shooting isn't twice as good, but in terms of survivability, they're pretty much twice as good because of the extra wound.
So the biggest drawback being that the only transport they can take is the repulsor.
The big problem for Primaris as a whole is A, anti-tank, I think, and B, speed and movement. That's why I think, although I have done a pure Primaris army before, it's much easier if you do a Primaris army with sort of normal marine elements. So you can go for, like I always bring my Predators for Archangels because that gives me the anti-tank. So not so much the speed, but I do have 9 Inceptors, which are jump pack infantry, so I can get to where I need to go. But yeah, anti-tank and sort of speed is the Primaris's big issue.
Well, I see one glaring thing with what you're saying, Will. What about the 24?
25 Hellblasters.
You mean 30 Hellblasters?
I said 30 Hellblasters.
Hellblasters are amazing. I stand by my Hellblasters, although they don't always perform as well as you think. Like they're when you overcharge them, because I play Dark Angels as well, which that's another thing why I rate Intercessors and my Primaris, is that because I'm Dark Angels, I can just plonk people in the back, and if I don't move them, I get re-rolled to 1. But so no, my Hellblasters have always been fairly good, but even overcharging them, they're strength 8 2 damage, which, compared to it, they've got a lot less range than a las cannon. And a las cannon can do 6 damage. It's more random, but 2 damage isn't. I wouldn't want to come up against a heavy armor list with just Hellblasters.
Well, you took on my Chaos and did relatively well with just Hellblasters as your heavy. You took out my Predator in a turn, my Hellbrute.
This is true.
Pretty much straight away.
This is true.
I mean, obviously that's not heavy armor, but
I was going to say things like Land Raiders and Knights. I think
that's
you'd
true.
struggle with just Hellblasters as your main anti-tank.
I see Mark's asking a couple more questions in the chat and a couple of comments. 18 points for an Intercessor apparently now.
18, yeah, exactly. So it's even better. I just think they're, unless you specifically want to go for like the cheapest option you can, in which case go for Scouts, or you want to have a las cannon or a special weapon in the squad, Intercessors are just straight up better tactical Marines.
That seems completely reasonable to me.
In my experience, I mean, I've had maybe 3 or 4 games with them.
Probably.
But they've always done fairly well. Like they've got bolters essentially, so you don't expect them to kill anything. But even shooting at Terminators, you're dropping their save from a 2 up to a 3 up, which makes them half as survivable. So even their basic gun is just worthwhile.
I think he's asked, have you tried Stalker or the other one?
No, I keep with the regular ones. I might try out some of the other ones, but I think the thing with the Primaris, if you're going for the assault bolt rifles, I think I was speaking to you, Matt, just take Reavers. Because they're even cheaper. And
I like the idea of the heavy one, I have to say. The Stalker.
It's still strength 4 though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's -2 AP, I think, but it's still strength 4. And,
okay.
And to be honest, if you take the normal one, you can move and shoot. That gives you a 36-inch range. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, this is true.
And I haven't tried the heavy plasma yet. I'm kind of tempted to. I would like to see how it does because it's strength 8 base, which means you don't have to overcharge. And strength 9, when you do, is useful for an army like mine that can overcharge quite freely.
Do you still only get 1 damage at strength 8 though?
It's still only 1 damage though. That's the big problem. So even when you're overcharging, it's still only 2 damage. And I think you pay, I think, 2 points for the heavy one. I think if it was just a side grade, they would, compared to the normal one, it would be a lot more difficult to choose. But I think paying 2 points extra isn't worth it, in my opinion. Because
that's fair enough.
Yeah, because you're paying 2 points extra to get a little bit of extra range, which you can't move with. Whereas with the regular plasma, you can move, so you have the same range anyway. And it's strength 8 base, which is fine, except you can always overcharge the regular ones to get to strength 8, which is a big.
And you then get an extra damage.
And you get an extra damage. And strength 9 is only really good against toughness 8.
Yes.
Toughness 8 and 9, which I don't think there's anything that is toughness 9. Strength 9 is only useful against toughness 8 in 40k at the moment, as far as I'm aware. Because of how the wounding system works, there are certain strength values that are like really important. And strength 8 is a big one because it wounds toughness 4 on 2s.
Yeah.
And most vehicles are now toughness 7, so it wounds vehicles on 3s for the most part. It's only the really heavy stuff, which is toughness 8, so like knights and land raiders. But I don't think that's worth paying 2 points a gun over, personally.
That's fair enough.
Especially when I could, if I was really worried about land raiders and knights, I wouldn't take that anyway. I'd take something that did d6 damage.
You take a Devastator squad with las cannons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me about Primaris is they're not. You need an element of normal Marines in the list.
Pure Primaris, I think, is not completely feasible at the moment. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I love my Primaris, and I'm really looking forward to just bringing them just the Primaris because they look really cool, and I think they're really fun to play. But I think if you want to get the most out of them, you need to have some normal Marine support, whether that's Predators or something fast or just something that does a bit more damage.
Yeah, agreed.
And I've gone quiet because you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's all right. No, I assumed as much. It's fine. It was just because we had a couple of comments about it, and I obviously got the photo sent through, so I figured let's answer it at the same time.
I know it's like predominantly a heresy stream, but I mean towards the end of the show we talk about anything really. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, I know the community is predominantly 40k anyway, so.
Well, it could. I sort of like the idea of this potentially being a gateway into heresy for people.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yeah, definitely.
It is.
But yeah, I'm happy to talk. I'm happy to talk about whatever, really.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, just to quickly answer some questions in the chat. Big Neck has asked if breaches are compulsory troops. Yes, they are.
They are.
They're only really viable in certain situations. You need to take either a certain right of war to make them work properly, or use them in Zone Mortalis and things like that.
Yeah, there are 2 rights of war I can think of that make them particularly useful. One is Legion specific. The other one's available to anybody. Is it Armored something or other, where you get Land Raiders as dedicated transports?
Armored
Spearhead.
Armored Spearhead, yeah, that would be a good one for them. Just take a load of Land Raider Proteuses.
Yeah, to be honest,
I think
you don't want to assault. You want people to assault you.
Yeah. So take Proteuses over Phoboses because you've got the same amount of firepower, but obviously it's not an assault vehicle, which doesn't matter in this case because you're a defensive line.
I mean, a whole army of breachers in Land Raider Proteuses, all with 3 las cannons, would be quite a nasty army.
Yes.
Because you've got your heavy weapons, you've got really tough troops that they cancel out Emperor's Children, they cancel out Sons of Horus, anyone who gets loads of attacks.
World Eaters.
World Eaters, things like that. Because like World Eaters, what you got to think about World Eaters is they get rage. You don't get rage against boarding shields.
Yeah, exactly.
No, exactly. It's a big thing.
So
yeah,
I like it. I like it, Craig. Go with loads of breaches.
yeah.
You don't see it very often.
And the other one is the Imperial Fists Stone Gauntlet.
Stone Gauntlet is amazing.
I'll tell you what you need to do though. If you're going Loyalist, you need to do a Shattered Legion. Apologies to anybody for this, because this is pretty revolting. A Shattered Legion made up of Iron Hands, Salamanders, and Imperial Fists. You do Stone Gauntlet. You run Immortals, Breachers, Phalanx Warders, and Fire Drakes.
Oh, Fire Drakes are nasty.
That's sounding pretty horrible.
Because Fire Drakes are obviously tough. Have obviously got 2 wound Terminators with Storm Shields. Storm Shields in a Stone Gauntlet list, if they're within coherency and there's more than X number of models, get +1 toughness. So they are then toughness 5, 2 wound Terminators. And then if you want to be a real asshole, you either you either get a Librarian with Endurance or an Apothecary or Primus Medicate and put it with the unit.
That sounds incredibly disgusting.
It's not particularly pleasant.
I'm not going to lie.
It's probably quite expensive, but it's not very nice.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty awesome.
It does sound quite awesome. This is true.
Yeah. And then you could even, if you wanted to, replace, because obviously Iron Hands. Oh mate, Iron Hands would functionally be toughness 6 with boarding shields.
The -1 to shoot.
Because of the -1 strength for shooting.
Yes, they would. That would be unpleasant.
So they would always get Feel No Pain unless it was against something like a force weapon or whatever, I guess, because you wouldn't be able to double them out. Strength D, I guess, but
even strength 10 won't double them out, will it? So
yeah, but it wouldn't if they were toughness 6 because of the Rite of War. No, Craig, Apothecary gives them Feel No Pain.
Yeah, Feel No Pain. Which, if you're taking Medusan Immortals, they already get Feel No Pain. So
yeah,
if you want to take them as, I mean, I just completely freaking realised. Craig, you're taking loads of breaches. Take the Medusan Immortal Rite of War. Use them as Medusan Immortals. Use them as troops. That would be a pretty tough army, especially in Zone Mortalis, because they all come with Feel No Pain. You get the gun them down special rule, which isn't really that great. What I would do, if you can, get some Volkite guns.
Yep.
Make a couple of the Breacher squads with just Volkite weapons and use them as Medusan Immortals, because the gun them down thing with Volkite is nasty.
Yep.
Or even throw a Master of Signal in with them.
Yep, I agree with that plan. 20
Volkites with Master of Signals hitting on 2s. Then you get loads of extra wounds if you make wounds, which is cool.
Although if you're playing Zone Mortalis, it's max size of 15, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got 10 Medusan Immortals to build, but I just can't be bothered because they're awful. Yeah, Craig, if you pick up the red book, Craig, there is actually a specific like Medusan Immortal. I think it's the Hatred or something weird. I can't remember the name of it. And it allows you to take Medusan Immortals as your compulsory troops, which is really cool. It's something I've always wanted to try, but Medusan Immortals just aren't that great, personally, unless you take them.
It is called the Company of Bitter Iron.
That's the one. But you can't take Ferrus Manus.
No, Medusan Immortals as troops. You get Hatred Traitors. You're stubborn if you're in the enemy's deployment zone. You can only be taken as loyalists and not in conjunction with Shattered Legion. Can't take an allied detachment and can't take Ferrus.
Yeah, because Ferrus is dead. So
yeah, because it's set after Istvan 5, so it's post decapitation.
So they're basically
that is a shame.
Yeah, the Iron Hands have gone like suicidal, and the Medusan Immortals are squads made up of people trying to repent, aren't they? Basically.
Yeah, they're fairly suicidal anyway.
Yeah. So they're trying to prove themselves again. So yeah, cool. I now have 2 Broadcasting
Nice.
channels. So yeah. See, we've gone full circle now. We've got Heresy, 40k, and Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
So so we are an hour and 35 minutes in. So yeah. No, the Iron Hands. The thing that they do is they cut off one of their hands and then get augmetic hands and that, which Ferrus Manus actually really did frown upon. He hated that all his men did it because he didn't like it. They're basically cutting the hands off to be like him because they want metal hands to be like Ferrus Manus. But he really didn't like that they did that. So the Iron Hands backstory is really, really good because they don't trust anyone. After Isfan, basically, they just don't trust anyone but themselves, which is really cool.
Fair enough. They did get rather screwed.
I can understand.
Yeah, I mean, they blame the Raven Guard and the Salamanders for the loss of Ferrus Manus, don't they? So,
yeah.
Even though Ferrus Manus wouldn't listen to them.
Yeah, I was going to say it was kind of his fault.
Yeah, because what was it? Vulcan. I mean, spoilers. I'll say that now. Vulcan and Corax were telling Manus to leave because they kind of got wind of what was happening, and but Ferrus Manus just like ran on and wanted to go and get Fulgrim basically. So
yeah, because the second or what they thought was the reinforcements had landed, and so they obviously they were knackered. They'd been fighting for ages, and so they were pulling back to let the reinforcements come and help. And Ferrus refused to, and ended up getting surrounded by Emperor's children. And he and pretty much all of his Morlocks. I don't think any of them came out of it.
No, they all got slaughtered. I think.
There's one surviving Morlock, I think, and he's on one of the ships. On one of the ships.
Oh yes, there is. Yes. I forgot.
There's one, and he doesn't talk.
No, he's just a grumpy.
Yeah. It's like the Raven Guard dude who floats around on his own as well. I can never remember. He's the guy that. Another big spoiler here. He's the guy that shot. It's an Iron Hand and a Raven Guard that shoot.
They shoot
Fulgrim.
Yes, they do. Don't quite manage to kill him.
Yeah, so big spoiler, but that's one of my favourite books actually. That one, that is what book is that?
Is that not the one with Fulgrim and Perturabo?
Angel Exterminatus.
Angel Exterminatus.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
I could be wrong, but I think it is.
It is Angel, because I just love when the Raven Guard and the Iron Hand are running away, and the Raven Guard's like, "You need to keep up with me," and then all of a sudden, the Iron Hand dude appears in a Storm Raven.
Yeah,
and he's like, "How did you get there so quick?" It is such a good. If you haven't read Angel Exterminatus, it's an awesome book. It's probably my favourite book apart from the Perturabo Primarch book. I really like that book as well. I don't know why I don't do bloody Iron Warriors. It's because they're too similar to the Iron Hands.
Yeah, you really do.
I love Iron Warriors.
Yeah,
I really do like the Iron Warriors. I know more about Iron Warriors than any other Legion. And they're really easy to paint. So. Yeah, I did see actually my old Iron Warriors army up for sale again the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weren't tempted to pick it up?
Nah, well, it's all built from Cowbox, isn't it? Because there's actually, I built my own Tyrant Siege Terminators, didn't I?
Yes, yeah.
But I quite like the official models, so yeah.
Well, they're Punisher masks.
Tell a lie. You know I was going to do Iron Warriors because I bought a load last time
I know.
the world, and I took them all back.
I know.
So, yeah.
The Fulgrim. I really actually quite liked the Fulgrim book, Craig.
I haven't read that one yet.
No, Fulgrim's good. Fulgrim is good.
Yeah, as always, anyone who wants to play Heresy, the best way to get into it is to read some of the books and some of the stories because they're so good. Like
Yeah, they very
the only
much
book
are.
I would say don't read first is what's it called? Fear to Tread? No, the Blood Angels one where they're on the
No Fear.
Time.
Oh, No Fear. Yeah.
No, it's not No Fear.
Oh, no, it is Fear. Yeah, isn't it?
Fear
I
to
think
Tread.
it's Fear
Is
to
it Fear
Tread.
It's Fear to Tread. Yeah, it's Fear to Tread.
Yeah, don't read that one first because that is a really long-winded book. Just skip to the last 20 minutes of the audiobook. Perfect. I mean, when you got blood angels riding on top of a mastodon, shooting everything, it sounds amazing.
Yeah,
definitely. That brings back memories of one of our old Deathwatch roleplay campaigns.
Yeah, that was a great campaign. That was a fantastic campaign. I loved that.
That was really good fun.
Yeah,
But
Craig,
anyway, we're getting massively off track.
Yeah, I know. Craig, if you're going to read Angel Exterminatus, you will enjoy it. It's a fantastic book. So,
yeah. And yeah, don't read Battle for the Abyss. That was pants.
That was pretty bad. That was.
I haven't read that yet, and I will avoid that then.
But do read Betrayer.
Yes, do read Betrayer.
Basically, the first like 3 big books are amazing. So, like Horus Rising, False Gods, and Galaxy in Flames. All 3 of those. Absolutely. I mean, I listen to the audiobooks, and the audiobooks are done so well. I just love that the World Eaters are Russian, and
if there's one book that will turn you traitor or will make you feel like you want to actually have something traitor related, it is Betrayer.
Yeah, it's such a good book.
Yeah, I haven't read Betrayer yet. I'll have to get on that.
Definitely one of my favorite heresy books.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm just reading the one where Horus gets stabbed. So, well, I say listening to the one. I've listened to them all before, but I'm re-listening to, I think it's the second book.
Yeah, that's is it Galaxy in Flames?
I think it is Galaxy in
Flames.
No,
Galaxy in Flames is the third book. So it's False Gods. I think it is.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
That, with all the poxwalkers and everything else, it's really cool. I really do like that.
Yeah, that's where we first meet Petronilla Vivar.
Indeed.
That's the one.
And Megard.
So yeah, but I think we're all pretty much done now.
Yeah. No, we'll never be done. Never.
I mean, we always want to try and keep these under 2 hours. I mean, we're an hour and 42 minutes in now.
Yeah, I think we'll open it up to any questions or comments for 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And yeah, if there's anything coming through from the, I need to stop doing that because I'm fucking that face up.
So we'll do a quick fire round then. If there's any questions in the chat, chuck them up now. Quick fire.
Yeah.
And we'll try and answer as many as we can. Ask anything. This is going to be
anything.
Strange.
Absolutely
and then,
anything.
As always, post your lists and that in the group or email them and everything else. Get your pictures up. We'll. I think what we should do is pick some of our favourite models that we've seen of the week and things and post them up.
That's a good idea. And in a very quick mention to Noob with a Brush, Jay, that is the best opening line of any of the Heresy books so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't remember what it is.
I was there the day Horus slew the Emperor.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was really cool actually. Yeah.
And the fact that it came out of Locken was one of the best.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the best bits about that, I think.
Always with the great questions.
So, yeah.
Buffing the Gauntlet, I think. I reckon they're buffing the Gauntlet.
So does that mean that Imperial Fists are into like S&M because they like in their hands?
It's all about the pain gloves. Hell yeah.
In the pain gloves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
50 Shades of Yellow. I'm planning to convert the destroyer tank, but into a rapier. What is the best gun to go for? I have heavy bolters to hand. If you're gonna go quad mortars, I would go rapiers. So yeah.
So rapier, you've got quad bolter, laser destroyer, or quad mortar,
or grav.
Oh, or grav cannon, yeah.
Do you know what I would love to see? Iron hands, grav. But if you want to go, if you want to make a Zen Mortalis list, I've always wanted to run heavy bolter rapiers in Zone Mortalis.
I think they'd be brutal.
Yeah. But if you're going to make one, I'd make a quad mortar. It's the best one.
Yes.
But no worries, Sully.
Yeah, no worries. That's
Hey,
cool.
no worries, dude. Thanks for sending it in. It's really cool to see.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's one thing you could do. When you send in your list, send us some pictures of your models as well. That'd be great.
Definitely.
Yeah, quad mortars, Craig. Don't take too many because people will hate you. But
it's true. It's true.
Just don't take phosphex and you'll be okay. What have the Emperor's Children army got? Herpes? No, they don't. They have something else. I don't know what it is. Because it was Angel Exterminatus where they're all in their like sex dungeon or whatever it is they're in, and they're all sniffing. They're all sniffing stuff, aren't they? Like this crystal stuff or whatever it is they're doing.
Crystal meth.
Almost. It's like they're all fantasizing about stuff and.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember.
It goes a bit weird for like a little bit, and then it goes back to normal.
Yeah. Well, anything with the Emperor's Children, it tends to go a little bit weird.
This is very true.
But the one thing I didn't like particularly about Fulgrim was how much it was basically just a picture of Dorian Gray in space.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
that was a bit annoying.
I expected to see Colin Firth pop up at some point.
Yeah.
It makes you feel sorry for Perturabo, doesn't it? With Fulgrim trying to he teases him into everything.
Yeah, it does a bit. Yeah.
And Perturabo, I don't think really ever wanted to go traitor fully. He just didn't like the Emperor.
Yeah,
I think that's
maybe
fair.
true.
So, well, they're like the only traitor legion that hasn't fully mutated as such. They're still kind of normal. In
I imagine the Alpha Legion are probably still relatively normal.
Oh, they didn't go into the warp, did they? The Alpha Legion.
I don't think they did initially. They probably are now.
Horace had cookies. So Tubby. Horace had cookies, so Tubby went over. To be honest, Perturabo does look a little bit like the Cookie Monster.
He does a little bit, yeah. He does a little bit. All right, I think we will. I hated most of the Emperor's Children bits in Fulgrim. Yeah, I can understand that. I find that all the remembrance of stuff is actually quite interesting, especially when poor old what's her name goes mental and starts using like chopped up bits of remembrancer as her art materials.
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. But right, I think we'll probably have to end it. Okay, every time I say that, every time I'm about to say that, somebody posts a comment that I want to comment on. Yes, Craig, the Cacophony and the way they first got created was very cool. I thought with the Maraviglia, was that it? The big performance thing that what's her face put on, and then all the demonettes started appearing and killing everybody.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was very cool. And Marius Ferocian.
Yeah, was he the music-y one?
Yeah, who turns into the leader
very
of the third
first
company or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think we are probably good. And I think Fulgrim probably does touch his troops.
I would have thought.
More than likely.
I would have thought
so thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for all the comments and the pictures and everything and the army list, Solomon. And hopefully we'll get some more to talk about in the future. Next week we are doing Zone Mortalis. So we will each be creating a Zone Mortalis army list of some description.
Should we say
1500, 1250?
I'm good with either. 1500.
1500 is what we usually play.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
good with
1500 points. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll be discussing that in more detail next week. And again, obviously, if there's any pictures or army lists that you guys want to send in, please feel free to. And thank you all very much. It's been brilliant.
It has. Yes. Thank you very much for watching and for hanging out and asking lots of questions.
Yes.
I really want to do like the whole goodbye from me.
There's goodbye from me. There's goodbye from him.
Oh dear, dear.
Yeah.
We need to get like a tagline or something.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. We'll work on that in the next couple of weeks. See what we can come up with.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Post your taglines in the group.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks for joining. See you later.
Bye bye.